Brentford, 5th in the Premier League. Yeah, it's that good. And a lot of Brentford fans, no doubt, were perturbed when Thomas Frank moved on. But Keith Andrews has come in and grabbed the hot seat and done that in style. And Keith, last night, before they played Sunderland, he actually reflected on the doubts that were directed towards him and the Brentford team when he took over before the season had got underway. Have a listen to Keith.
Keep going back to it. Everybody were talking about us in the summer with a little bit of scepticism, maybe, understandably. We just got on with our business, and I think we've taken in the main strides in the right direction, steps in the right direction in the main. You've got to take hits along the way, and that's just the nature of the league we're in. It's so demanding, the levels are so high and the margins are so fine that you have to accept that at times it's not always going to be the way you want it to be. But yeah, to be sat here in 7th and in the league, again, with a condensed league around us, we're not taking that for granted for sure. But yeah, we're pretty content with where we are.
Keith Andrews content. I'm not surprised that Keith and Brentford are content. 5th in the Premier League this morning. Simon, I've got to tip my hat to you because I do remember you were one of the few voices at the time who said, no, this will be fine. This might be more than fine. What made you say that at that time?
Matthew Benham.
Who? Matthew Benham, the owner.
Yeah. I mean, what I did was I qualified it by saying, in any other circumstance, you would look at this and say, this is a very unusual decision. It's very risky. It's toying with potential orthodoxy. But because of the thought process that have gone into Brentford and Brighton and the way they run their football clubs, no surprise that those two boys that run those football clubs were business partners once and come from the same industry. Everything's about analytical data. Everything's about looking forward. Everything's about planning and diligence and understanding why you're doing things and leaving nothing to chance, which seems to be the stable diet of most football clubs. Let's take a punt on that rather than let's really know what we're doing. Look at the succession program they've built repeatedly. Mark Warburton to Dean Smith, to Thomas Frank to this fellow. All of them, when Thomas Frank was brought in, people scratched their heads.
Yeah.
They went, not sure about that. Now people lionise Thomas, maybe not at this moment in time because he's having a difficult moment. But I just felt that the winning hand was the one that Matthew Benham played, which was understanding why he did it. And the only noise coming out of Brentford was not a lot. There wasn't any justification of it. There was certain sections of the media saying set piece coach. What does that look like? I mean, obviously Martin O'Neill isn't a big fan of Keith Andrews, so he was a tad vitriolic about it because Keith had been critical of his tenure at the Republic of Ireland situation.
Yeah.